Hello everyone, this is a short video, I hope, on creativity and emotional intelligence on chapter 7. And I just want to talk a little bit about, are creative thinkers different than people that don't think creatively? And I don't consider myself a really creative person, and I would definitely like to be more creative. So can less creative people learn to be more creative? They definitely can. Are people just born creative? Maybe, or maybe they're born into a creative family. But there are things that we can do if we don't feel like we're a creative person, that we can become more creative. Do you have to be crazy to be creative? And you definitely don't. We do know some famous artists that had some mental health issues, but I think you have to have this ability to think beyond and to become optimistic and enthusiastic about ideas and less critical of your own ideas. So we'll talk a little bit about what types, how do people that are creative think differently than people who are not creative. So conventional thinking is thinking that's not creative, and it's what we learn a lot in school, and it's what most of us do. What we're doing is what they call convergent thinking, so that we're looking for that one right answer, that one perfect answer. And what happens is all the ideas and all the creativity that we have gets really squelched by that, because we're looking for the perfect answer. So every time we come up with an idea, we disregard it, or we think it's not a good idea. Whereas people who are creative tend to be very divergent in their thinking. They think of lots of different ideas. They don't criticize or judge each idea. And they end up coming up with something really creative in the end. So I think one of the things that we have to do to become more creative in our thinking is to become less judgmental of ourselves. Emotional intelligence is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and it's a really important and interesting part of intelligence that's really something that we're just now studying a lot about. So emotional intelligence is really understanding your own emotions, identifying your own emotions, and being able to control your emotions, and then also understand the emotions of other people. So that's it in kind of a nutshell. So this little infographic here is showing some different aspects of emotional intelligence. I guess I'll move myself out of the way here. Self-regulation is that ability to regulate your emotions. So if you're really stressed out about something, can you talk yourself down and control those emotions? If you're really angry at somebody and you want to punch them out, but you don't, you control that emotion because you don't want to get in trouble. That's self-regulation, and that is definitely a part of emotional intelligence. And then there's also self-awareness. Understanding your own emotions and knowing yourself is really important to emotional intelligence. Social intelligence is really understanding other people's emotions and how to behave in different social situations. Motivation, understanding your own motivations in situations, and then being able to understand other people's motivations can be really useful. So those are all different, really important aspects of emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence, sometimes, I don't know, you could even say that it's more important than intellectual or IQ intelligence. It's really important. In your homework assignment, I'm asking you to take an emotional intelligence quiz, and it gives you ideas about areas that you're very emotionally intelligent in, and then maybe areas that you might need to work on. So I encourage you to really focus on that, because I think it's really important. And that is it. Short